Welcome back to the Jupiter podcast. I'm your host, Tom Franklin, and today we have on Swampdogg from Swampdogg's Overland Adventure or Adventures. I'm not sure which one it is. We'll get that in a second. I don't know if there's an S on the internet or not. A very nice gentleman. If you guys do not know, the episode that dropped on Tuesday was his account of where a Dogman creature, one of these Dogman creatures, which he's seen before that. He had Daryl Denton go out there, and one night he was out there with his wife, Tammy, and the damn thing grabbed her when she was trying to relieve herself outside, and he had to actually fire at this creature. So if you missed that episode, do me a favor, after watching this one, go back and check that one out. It should be getting a lot more attention than it's getting right now. It's an incredible encounter, and we're trying to make sure that people stay safe out there. So even in New Jersey, Tom, yes, New Jersey. In the southern part of Jersey, it's very wooded. You got the Pine Barrens down there, and it's in the southern part, it's very wild and very, rural. So, go be careful when you go out there and be mindful of what you're doing. And just remember, these things are out there. So if you keep finding yourself coming back to the iJupiter podcast, please do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it with your friends. And if you want to just throw it on in the background, listen to it while you're cooking your eggs or making dinner for your family, vacuuming it up, you can go ahead and also get that on the MP3, as an MP3 down in the bottom. All the links are down below. Excuse me, I got all these. I'm drinking some Coke here. And all the links down the bottom below. If while you're over there on Spotify, please do me a favor also and leave me a rating, because that would help me out immensely. We're trying to get this out there, especially all this information about these incredibly scary and morose creatures. So with all that out of the way, guys, like I always say, let's welcome to the show my friend Swampdogg. What's up, buddy? Hey, yeah, just enjoying the summer. What about yourself?
I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for I'm waiting for the fall to come. So you mean I can start doing some deer hunting in September? But
you're going to go out there deer hunting with all the things you've been telling me.
I'm still going to deer hunt.
All right, buddy. I like that.
I'm still hunting.
Yeah, tell me the name of your YouTube channel real quick, man, and introduce yourself too, so people get to know who you are a little bit.
All right, I'm Swampdogg. Everybody calls me Swampdogg in the cryptid world, and out in real life too. I mean, out in the world, and my channel is Swampdogg Overland Adventures, and I was gonna start the channel doing off-roading. Through the woods and doing overland camping, and then I wanted to throw, a little bit of my bow hunting in it too, and
cool,
and maybe some fishing stuff. But everybody was talking me into also doing the cryptid. So I was talking about do the overland camping, and I'm gonna mix it up with the cryptid. That way, like when I'm out in the middle of the woods, I can, do my research and, then, make my videos and, do what I can do.
Enjoy life, man. I mean, it doesn't have to always be that we always have to work hard and everything. There's things that you enjoy doing, and you're one of that people who enjoy the outdoors and fishing stuff. You remind me a lot of my dad's friends when I grew up, the hard-nosed guy. You told me that you run a business where you actually fix trucks and stuff. Is that right? All kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm a diesel mechanic. I work on everything. Well, I work on tugboats. I worked on, big heavy equipment, machinery. I work on tractor trailers, all the way down to your race cars. I do everything.
Okay. So that's interesting. Here's this channel, guys. Go over and check it out. It's the Swampdogg Overland Adventure at YouTube. And it's so if you type in youtube.com at Swampdogg, DOGG Lawless 88, and there you can go, guys. You can also maybe just go ahead and freeze the channel real quick and go and like and subscribe to his channel, because this gentleman does a lot of things. He's always been very nice to me, coming on my show and telling me about that unbelievable. So has anything happened since then? Have you been going fishing out there in that area to do striper fishing?
I haven't been doing no fishing. I've been kind of busy, but I had you haven't heard what happened. It was, I'll say about a week ago, right? I'll say about a week and a half ago. Well, first of all, did you see the live on that Cryptid podcast with Daniel Hamilton?
No, I haven't had a chance. I think that one went up before mine, man. If you knew the amount of videos that get sent to me every day, man, imagine what I get.
You have to see that because I did a live with him. I can't remember what day it was, but it was like 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think it was like 2.5 weeks ago. And on the live, we had a possible Dogman encounter while we were doing our lives. And it was about, I didn't see it, but everybody saw it on live. And it was at least like 3 Dogmans that was around my truck. I mean, not close, but they were around. And
Daniel Hamilton's what's it called? The Cryptid Podcast. Daniel Hamilton. I've had him on before.
Yeah,
Okay, guys.
Yeah. And
Pam, maybe you can find that real quick so everyone can check that out in due time. Only if you can, Pam. Only if you can.
You guys got to watch that video because it was possible. What happened that night, I'm pretty sure it was 98.9% that I had a Dogman encounter live on the Cryptid Podcast. And everybody was watching the videos. They were like enlarging, pictures. They seen something on all fours. Yeah, it was a wild night. If you can look that video up.
Okay. Well, where were you located when you were on with him?
I was at my hunting spot. I wasn't in.
We did ours. Is that the one where we did our first one?
No. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Wow.
The day we did our first one. It wasn't in Forest Q where I shot that Dogman for attacking my wife 4 times. It was maybe about 30 minutes away from my first encounter. And that was a wild night. That was a wild night. It was a hunt spot.
Hey, welcome, Ray. Welcome. So people on here live, people saying hello. Jim from Night's Watch. You can go connect with Jim too, man, and go on his podcast if you get in contact with Jim.
Sure.
He said, nice camo truck, bro. So he went over to your channel. I hope you subscribe while you're over there, Jim. Michael Anthony, what's up, buddy?
I'm gonna start doing my Dogman and my Bigfoot research. Hopefully next week. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's something to look forward to, man. Yeah. So when did you start encountering Bigfoot? When was this starting? Or when did this start, better said?
I started encountering Bigfoot in 1989. It was the fall of 1989. I was a senior in high school. That's when I first saw my first, Bigfoot.
Okay, so you're 9 years older than me because I was a senior in 98. Okay.
I'm 9 years older than you?
I'm 45.
Oh, you're a baby.
Oh, I know.
I'm 54.
I 9 years. Look, the math checks out. I'm good, ain't I?
Yeah. Don't worry, the pain will start creeping in pretty soon. Just around when you start hitting 50, 51, the pain will start creeping in.
It's already creeping in, bro. Trust me. But I'll still do some sports. I still get up and jump up and down, do some basketball, try to keep myself in shape a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been getting fatter here as I gotten older, but for a while there, about 2 years ago, before I met my new girlfriend who can cook well, I was a little skinnier, but it is what it is. But so 1989, what happened, man? Walk me into what happened.
Well, I had a Pontiac Fiero. Remember those Pontiac Fieros?
No.
The little 2-seater cars that kind of look like a Corvette but real short. You know what I mean?
Like one of those Mazda 5s or something.
And I guess a little smaller. I guess. I don't remember. But
Okay.
there were 2-seater cars, like something like an MG. You know what I mean? Kind of. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But the front end looked like kind of like a Corvette. It came down. And then a buddy of mine, he had a Camaro, and we used to hang out in this airport, in Vineland, New Jersey, right off of Route 47. And so one night, I went to go.
People are digging your truck, bro. Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Well, I think they're talking about the car. Oh, excuse me, the car that you were describing.
Everybody loves my truck, man. Well, so I went to go pick up my girlfriend, and he went to go pick up his girlfriend, and this is it's not a big airport. at one of them little airports where you know what I mean those crop planes. You know what I
Yeah.
mean they land and take off the
Yeah.
little
One of those
crop.
little strips. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I mean it's like surrounded by woods and all that stuff, and we used to hang out back there and you know make bonfires and you mean just hang out for the night. So we was back there and you know doing what the you know teenagers do.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
know what
know,
they do.
you're
Especially in
listening,
'89. Listening
listening
to
to AC/DC, having a couple.
ACDC. Yeah, dude, I got you. I'm with you. Got your cigarettes rolled up in your sleeve in the '89, like right here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, we used to do that. Yeah, that was Pack of Marlboros back in the day. Yeah, well, I mean it's still on, but I mean you know, but no, but we were hanging out. I guess we were there for about a half hour, and I had looked across um, well, you know, the field. Well, like, well, you mean the property, but you mean like it was an open, like you know, field, and
Uh-huh.
on the other side of the field there was a. You mean the, but you mean the property goes up? I don't know, about 6, 7, 8 feet, you know, up. You know what I mean? It was like a mound. You know what I mean? Like a, but give me like a little hill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I saw something, and like it was all dark, and it was walking from right to left. And I mean, I said to my buddy, I said, "Yo, what's that over there?" And he says, "I don't know, some guy we thought was uh, well, you mean one of hobos or something? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah, like what do they call it, a vagrant or something?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or and you mean all that's all woods, and so you mean we
Oh, a
kept
hermit.
watching.
A hermit is the word we use. Hermit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So what
yeah.
was this? What time of day was this? Dark night? Evening? Dark. Okay.
It was dark. I remember that night we had a full moon because I could actually see the whole field. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so we kept looking at this thing, like you know, walking back, like right to left, right to left. I'm thinking, what the heck is this guy doing? You know what I mean? But he was acting like he was, I say aggravated, or you know what I mean? Maybe because we were there, you know. So, so me and my buddy kept looking at it, and then, like my friend said, he's like, "Yo, that thing is tall," and I says, "Yeah, it looked like it's like 7, 8 feet tall." I said, "You know what I mean? That's cool. You know what I mean? That's weird. You know what I mean? I'm 6'2". He's about 6 foot, and we're looking at this thing. I was like, man, that's like about 7, 8 feet tall. So, so as we're talking and we're looking at it, it just kept walking right to left, right to left. I'm like, man, this guy's out there. You know what I mean? So, so what happened was we kept looking at it, and all of a sudden, Jimmy near us, we heard a tree branch break, and it sounded like a shotgun. And I looked at him, and he looked at me. I said, "What the hell was that?" I said, "I don't know, but we out, right?" So
Yeah.
yeah, because so down here, like in South Jersey, you mean like you out in the woods, and you mean out in the pine barrens and stuff. The sand is like, you mean we call it like you mean sugar sand, and yeah, like you mean like this sand is real,
Fine.
like real loose, like real loose.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, that's what we call it out here, like sugar sand. So what happened was he took off in front of me. I got in behind him, and somehow, some way, he got stuck. So you mean I'm behind him, and I'm hearing noises where I heard that tree branch break, and it was getting closer to us. So I said, "Heck with this!" I went around him, and as I was going around him, he got unstuck, and I got in front, and we took off in that, you know what I mean? And we didn't go back. But I was talking to somebody like in the cryptid world. He passed away. So he was telling me that creature that was up in the hill was Jimmy distracting us by us looking at it, and the one behind us was coming in.
Oh, okay. So they were kind of
So
like
they
they were like
they
distracting you
had
and
a
then
plan.
flanking you.
Okay. So you mean they had a plan? You know what I mean? This is what I am thinking. You know what I mean? There's 4 kids out here and they're partying, having a good time. So this one that we saw was going to distract us, and then the other one was going to come in and do whatever he was going to do. But you know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there was one was distracting you in the front, and the other one was flanking you from the side.
yeah.
So yeah,
Now,
they were being probably territorial for sure.
yeah. But now this is the cool part. The cool part was I met my wife, Tammy,
Right.
about 7, 8 years later, I guess. Yeah. And I was going out with her for about a month or two. And I was going to go out to Gloucester City to meet her parents, right? Because after 2 months of dating, I never met her parents, and her dad
Oh
and her
yeah,
mom meet
yeah.
me.
You gotta
So
do that.
I had to show up and make my presence, and I had to be on my good behavior that first day.
Yes. And then they
So,
got to know you later.
yeah. No, but you know what? Her father always said he did like me. You know what I mean? So what happened was we sitting around the table, and we're talking about you know about doing work and stuff, because at the time I was an over the road truck driver, and I was telling him about my work and all that stuff and what I do, where I go, and just having that conversation. So we're having coffee, and we're having bagels, and so we're sitting around the table. Now I didn't know this. Her father was from Violent, where I live in Violent, where like all this stuff happened,
Okay.
and at the time I didn't know this. So Tammy told her dad, says, "Hey Dad, tell Swamp what happened to you when you were a kid, when you lived in Violent." And he didn't want to talk about it. And she kept edging him on. Come on, tell him the story. Tell him the story. And he really didn't want to tell me. You know what I mean? So I said, "Come on, just tell me the story." I says, I heard every story out there." It says, "All right." So when he was about, I don't know, 13, 14 years old, I think, uh, him and his buddies used to go camping there at that airport.
Oh, that
But
location. Okay.
yeah, but at the time, it wasn't an airport. All it was like a field, and the woods all the way around it. So like at that mound where I told you where I seen it first, where like it was walking right to left, right to left.
Right. Right.
Well, at that area right there, that's where they used to camp. And
Okay.
they pitched a tent. They made a campfire. They were cooking hot dogs, and all that stuff. And when they looked up on top of the hill, there was an 8-foot creature standing on top of that mound where I seen it, and it wasn't moving, but it was just like you were looking down at them. And then when I think he said there were like 4 or 5 of them that were camping that night. You know what I mean? And when they looked up, they saw this creature like you were looking down at them. So I guess they were looking at it, for a minute or two, and then it started coming down the hill towards them.
Oh my God.
And when they saw that, they took off, and they jumped on their bikes and hauled butt, and
Yeah.
they never went back there again. So that
So
was
this area
back.
is,
So that
so
was
this area is
back.
active. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because when I had my first encounter there, that was back in 1989 in the fall. So he was, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old. I can't remember what he said, but that happened back in the 40s. Well, no, but
40s.
50s. It was somewhere back there. He was pretty old. My father-in-law was a pretty
Okay.
old guy. Yeah. So that's what, over 40 years of like two stories, like over 40 years apart at the same
Okay.
place. You know what I mean? Like in the same area. So and then I never told him about my encounter, that day, I never said nothing. I just listened to his encounter.
Okay.
And then I didn't tell my wife until, I don't know, about a week later. And told
Okay.
her what happened to me, like in the same, same spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But all my encounters, on all my Bigfoot encounters except for one, it's all in that 5 or 10 mile area
And
of
this is
that area.
different. Is this different than the Dogman area?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My first encounter from the Dogman area is probably about, let's say about 30. I'd say about 30, 35 minutes away.
Okay. So about,
Except,
I don't know, 10
except,
miles?
let's say about 10 miles, right? About 10, 15 miles. Yeah. But except for when I had my Dogman encounters that was live on the Cryptid podcast, that was about 3 miles away from this airport.
Yeah, dude. Now, I mean, and you didn't start seeing Dogman until recently, right? Within a
The
year,
last
something
week
like
of
this?
August, it was the very first time I seen a Dogman. It was the last week of August of 2024. That was the first time I
So
seen one.
that's a year ago. So it's
Yeah.
been a year, and now you're seeing them more regularly. So it looks like they're interested in whatever you are or what you're doing. That's
Well,
strange.
but then when I did my live with the Cryptid podcast, like I said, I was about 30 minutes away from I shot the thing. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right. Yeah, dude.
So it's but ever since that's been going on, I mean, there's a lot of bad things that happened past week and a half. I've been in touch with Daryl Denton. I've been in touch with Joshua from from Mysteries Unknown, and also Daniel Hamilton.
Yes.
For the podcast, I've been in
For the
touch with
podcast,
them
yep.
because after the podcast, and everything went crazy that night. I mean,
Okay.
everybody that wasn't alive, Daniel told me everybody was sitting on the edge of their chair because of what was going on that night. So,
Did you have the camera pointed? I didn't see it. I'm definitely
I
going to
had
check
the
it out.
camera towards me, but when they were watching me, they could see the reflection. I even had red eye shine behind my truck.
Oh
I
my
didn't see
god, dude.
it, but the camera saw it. And then Daniel and everybody else was telling me to get out of there, and I'm like, I didn't think it was a Dogman in there, but I thought, see, because this area where I hunt, I've been gifting three, Bigfoots there for the past 2.5 years with my wife.
Oh, was it?
So
Is it called the live show with Swampdogg and the Cryptid Podcast? That's what it's called.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
there it
something
is
like
right there.
that.
Yeah, there's the
Yeah,
link in the bottom of the show, guys. I'm going to go check that out.
I
Thank you,
watched that
Pam.
show because
Best moderator. Best
what's
moderator in the
that
world.
show? I'm not I'm not trying to put the Cryptid Podcast on blast, but
Don't put
watch
bother me.
that.
Don't bother me. He's my friend.
Even my telephone was going in and out, in and out, in and out because all these things. It was bad. You got to see it, bro.
All right,
If
I'm
you
going to go
got an
check it
hour,
out.
watch it. I mean, it was. I watch it like all the time, man. You mean I'm trying to look and trying to see, and I'm
Do you have
trying
any?
to see what's going
Do you have any
on,
like
and
certain time? Do you have any timestamps that we should be looking at?
uh, I gotta look again. You know what I mean? I gotta look. I mean,
Okay.
I'm always looking from the front to the end. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
got you. I got you. And
yeah,
you
yeah.
seen things too? Did you see anything that they were pointing out?
I seen the pictures because Daniel, um, he has sent me some pictures, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, wow, I couldn't believe I didn't see it. I got pictures of the red eye sign that was behind my truck. I got a picture of something on all fours in the dark, but you can see the shadow on all fours.
Oh my god, dude! And
Now,
this
I didn't
happened
see
during
it
this happened during the live.
during the live, bro. I'm telling you, during the live.
Dude.
Like you mean my wife was in the truck with me like she is right now, and
Hi, Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you ever since that thing happened to you? You don't have to show yourself, but how you been doing ever since you got attacked? How you been feeling?
I'm not myself.
You're not
Um,
yourself?
no. I got a lot of fear,
Yeah.
and I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get over it.
Okay. I think maybe eventually, whenever you're up to it, I don't expect you to. If you don't, that's also fine. But maybe one day you can talk to me about it. We don't even have to record it if you want. But I just want you to know that everybody over here on this side, what we do over here on the show, as well as other shows, we believe you and we're with you. Okay, and we pray for you. Okay.
Thank you.
You're
And I
welcome.
would talk to you one time. In a little bit. I just, I need to be able to talk.
there's a couple of people want to talk to her, like you and
Mhm.
Josh and Daniel, but she's not up to it. You know what I mean?
Sure. No pressure. I understand. I mean, I don't understand, but then I do understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I didn't know you were there. You were so quiet, Tammy.
yeah,
One time he looked over and I was like, "Who's he talking to?"
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't go anywhere without him. I don't go outside.
Like we live in a residential area, so there's houses all around us, and uh, when the sun goes down, if she wants to go outside, smoke a cigarette, and have a cup of coffee, I have to go with her.
Yeah.
I don't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
Like, like she don't want to get out of the house without me going
Man,
out there. Yeah,
everyone's over here praying for you, Tammy. Everybody, we understand. Hugs, prayers, love. We understand. I don't know what to say. There's no like real psychologists or psychiatrists you can go to talk about these kind of things. We understand that, but the only thing that I know that helps is to talk about it, and eventually, and maybe go and talk to other people about it, or meet up with other people about it. When you guys finally get out to Tennessee, go to some of those conventions and talk to people, and you
yeah,
will find like-minded people and people who have experienced the same thing, and it should help eventually. But I don't know if it'll ever go away for you, but we hope and we pray for that for sure.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, please continue, my friend.
Yeah, so we're doing that live, and everything went crazy. As like I said, Daniel was saying, everybody's on the edge of their chair because they're watching this thing live. Now, I didn't see it, but I heard it, and I heard it walking and all that stuff. So I'm thinking it's my three guys. You mean the ones that we've been gifting for 2.5 years? So I get out of the truck. Tammy's holding the phone, and on live, you mean everybody can see me walking out in front of my truck, and then I'm walking in the woods live.
Oh my God,
Tammy's in the truck.
you're
Tammy's
yeah,
in the truck, and they're watching me. I'm
yeah,
walking in the woods, and I'm yelling at it, right? Because I'm thinking it's my guys. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Wasn't my
yeah.
guy. Because if it was
Okay,
my guys, they would have let me know. Because when I go hunting, where I got my tree stand or where I got my blind, I gotta walk a couple miles, you know what I mean, to get to my hunt spot.
okay.
So when I park the truck in the woods, the 8 out of 10 times they'll let me know they're there. You know what I mean? They'll do like a wood knock, or they'll do a whistle, or you know, they'll do something to let me know they're there. And I kind of do the same thing. I'll you know, they'll hear me when I shut my truck doors, or you know, something like, I mean, I'll let them know that I'm there too. You know what I mean? But this has been going on for 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. You know what I mean? But I mean, we've been gifting them. So when they're around me, I mean, they're like me, I'm not scared or anything, you know what I mean? And I feel safe knowing that they're kind of around me in case something ever happens. I don't know. It's weird. We got a relationship, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, you know what I mean? Like, you mean, I know people probably,
yeah,
what?
it's hard.
Gifting
No, I think,
man, you know, we gift these 3. Now, I don't know if there's any female, because all 3 are males. The ones that we've been dealing with, they're males. Not to say there's not any females in there, but I mean, I never seen any of the females. The 3 males, the 2 are about 7 foot tall, and the other ones, he's about 8. Now, you mean, they don't come close to me, but sometimes I'll see them peeking around a bush, or you know, they'll lift their head up. You mean like around the tree, you know what I mean? And you know, they're like 20, 30, 40 yards away from me, but they let me know they're there. You know what I mean? So, and then I'll hunt all day. You know, there's times I've been there all night. Like me, I'll go in there 8 o'clock at night, and I wanted to see where the deers are walking through.
right.
You know what I mean? Throughout the night. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm
And
a
you kind of maybe find
hardcore
out
bow hunter.
where they're bedding and all that stuff like that. I got you, man.
Right.
Mm.
Right. Like, I mean, when it comes to bow hunting, I mean, I'm a hardcore bow hunter. You know what I mean? Like, so
Okay. What are you
I
using?
go,
What are you using? A compound, PSE, Browning? What you using, buddy?
I use well, right now I'm using a bear, like, because I like
Okay.
the bear bows. I like the bear bows. I mean, they're cheaper, but you know, they're strong. Like, you know what I mean? If I bump into a tree with my bow or something, I ain't gotta worry about it because they're rugged. I like my bear bows. I mean, I like Hoyts. I have my
Wait,
darts. I got a darting too. That you mean that
you're using compounds? Are you using compounds, recurves? What are you using?
I use a recurve. Well,
You're using a
no.
recurve.
No. Sorry. No. Hey, compound bow.
I
Compound.
was gonna say, dude, you are the man. You're running out there,
The reason why
and
I say recurve, because I want to get into recurve bows. You know what I mean?
it's
I
much
want to.
different.
Yeah,
Much
I know.
different world,
Yeah.
brother.
But you know what I mean? I want to get into the recurve. But I've been looking at them. You know what I mean? But yeah.
These Sasquatch, these Bigfoot, they're out in your hunting area, and you don't have the same fear as when you ran across that giant beast by the cemetery down there where you fish. Not even close.
No, not even close. I never, ever. I can say that I had a problem with these 3. Never.
Okay. So
Now,
there's been more than the 3. There's the
Dogman,
one you've seen in '89, and then there's these 3. There's other ones too.
well, yeah,
Oh, okay.
in the same area, all except for one. I had one encounter that was 60 miles away from my house. We'll get into that one. That's I mean, that's that one. That was I mean, that was one of my best encounters. And but doing these 3, I never had a problem. Me and my wife we'll go out, and you know, we'll throw corn and sweet potatoes and stuff out for the deer, and we never had a problem. I mean, you know what I mean? And I mean, like I said, I could walk in there at 10 o'clock at night with just a flashlight in my hand, and I never. But the problem with that one is, ever since I had that encounter with that Dogman, that first encounter, I haven't been like in the deer woods. I just recently got in my deer woods.
Right.
3 weeks. So, since I had that Dogman encounter, I haven't been hunting. I didn't hunt that fall,
Right.
right? Because that happened last week of August in 2024. I didn't hunt that whole year.
And,
Like,
and
you mean,
once
all fall,
I want
winter.
to okay, I'm going to speak to the wider community right now who's watching this either on Facebook or in the future on YouTube. Now,
Okay.
I run across skeptics all the time who tell me things like, yeah, this, that, and the other, and it can't be. Let me tell you something. This gentleman's been hunting his whole damn life, and for a man of this ilk to do what he does, being a bow hunter, if you guys don't know what that is, you have to get rather close. What's the farthest you get away? 50, 60 yards? That's what your shots are. The farthest one you.
The last deer I shot was at 18 yards. The farthest I shot a deer was 42 yards.
Right. So you got to get close to these things. So this guy is in the woods. He really reads it. And for something to scare this gentleman in the way that it did, you go ahead and tell me that he's wrong. You go ahead and tell me that this person didn't have this encounter, that he's not telling the truth. Okay. All right. Back to the show, because I run across that a lot, dude. All right, buddy. Yeah.
Well, you mean, I haven't been in the woods, since my first encounter. I didn't bow hunt. I didn't bow hunt all fall. I didn't bow hunt in the winter. I didn't even fish. I usually do my striper fishing all the way through November. I didn't even go fishing. Yeah. I didn't even do that. So, because when that Dogman encountered that first one, that really messed me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I swore that I'll never, ever, ever, ever go back in the woods. And sometimes I get emotional when I talk like that, or when I think about it, because I love being in the woods. You know what I mean? I love being in the woods, and if you could drop me off in the middle of nowhere with just a bow or a gun, that'd be good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even need a cell phone. You know what I mean? I just get away from the world.
Give me a water. Give me a water, a nice buck knife. I'll be good to go.
That's so, that messed me up real bad. I'll stay because I did a podcast with Joshua about this thing, and that really messed me up. And Josh, he was always on the phone with me, talking and texting, and he became a really good friend, just like you,
Yeah.
And I talked and Daryl Denton got in my life, and we always talk about it. And somehow, some way, I had to get back in the woods. I had to, So just recently, like a few years, like a few weeks back, I started going in my hunt grounds, and I was looking for deer. I was also looking. I call them my three, buddies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So because I haven't been gifting them, for almost.
Because of what happened, right?
Yeah. So I went in there, and I didn't see them. I didn't hear them. I didn't. You know what I mean? Walked around the woods for about 2 hours. Checking things out. I was by myself that first time, and then the second time, Tammy went with me. She didn't want to go, but she went.
Okay, go. All right, Tammy.
And,
good start. It's a good start. It's a good start.
I haven't seen my three guys ever since. Ever since I've been going in the woods? This past couple of weeks. I haven't seen my guys. I call them my guys. I know people think I'm weird, but.
You should hear what they say about me.
And then when I did this live with Daniel on the Cryptid podcast, that's when all hell broke loose. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it was three Dogman around me from the video and from the pictures that Daniel has sent me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There were three of them in there. Now, just before we left the live, my truck was running. I put it in reverse, and as I'm taking off, my wife says, I don't know, I think you've seen it on the video. There it is. And I looked up, and one had walked out of the tree line.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, so that's how close we was. And that there, when that thing walked out of the tree line, there was one on my left because I could hear that one walking. I didn't know about the one in the back where I told you about the red eye shine.
Right, with the red eyes,
But
right? Mm-hmm.
on the left, I hear it walking. I didn't see it. And then that one on the right, when it came out the tree line, she saw it first and she started flipping out. But all that was coming back. And I had to worry about her. And she was like, flipping out. I saw it. I put it in reverse and I took off. And that's when I told Daniel that one came out on the tree line, and I seen it. It was about, how tall do you think that was? I think it was like 6, 7 feet tall.
That's 8.
It was standing on. You mean like on his legs, and
They seen it.
yeah. So I don't know if they seen it on the video, but we seen it, and I put it in reverse and took out. You took off, and once I left the area, and then my phone went back to normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what they were thinking was, because they were around me, something with my electronics on my phone. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
okay. All my Christian friends in here tonight. All you guys, go ahead and you guys know what you got to do. Go ahead and do what you do. Do what you do. I'll do what I do. You guys do what you do. I wouldn't know. I mean, I guess you're gonna have to. I would definitely rebuke your home. That's what I would do. If you know how to. If you don't know how to do that, go ahead and talk to Daryl about that. If not, you can talk to Jim. Go ahead and rebuke your home and protect your home first. Because Tammy's
because everybody's telling me that I gotta be careful because these things will follow you. Because once they get a scent of you, they follow you. But the thing with that is, I mean, from where I had my first encounter with this Dogman, and at my hunt spot, it's about, like I said, 30 minutes apart.
Right.
But if I wanted to, me personally, I could walk through the woods and through the farmland and get from my first encounter to my encounter where we had the live. I know I can walk through them woods, even if it's a 30-minute. Like a 30-minute ride in the truck. But if I wanted to, I can walk from point A to point B,
right,
and not B. You know what I mean? Because down here where I live, it's all woods, all farmland. We got residential areas, but I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course, if you know your way around it. Normally, when you have to drive, you have to kind of go around, come back to where you're going. Right.
So what me and Daryl are thinking is, maybe they got our scent. You know what I mean? And they started coming closer to where I live. That's what we're thinking. I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you all honestly, before, and I think I said this on our last show that we did, that I never did believe in Dogman.
Right, you did tell me that.
All these years, I watched Jimmy podcasts and stuff, and every time somebody mentioned Dogman, I used to laugh and like, there's no way, there's no such thing as a Dogman. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that night when I had that encounter, that made me a believer.
Yeah, right. Being is believing.
That taught me right there is never say never. You know what I mean? When somebody says, "Oh, I seen this," who am I to say he didn't see that? You know, because when I saw that, I'm like, "Whoa!" Because my world turned around. Since I had my first Dogman encounter, my whole world just went like a 380 or a 360, whatever you want to say.
360, minus 20 degrees. We'll get there. No, 180, because the 360 you would come back around to where you were.
But my world my world turned around and everybody's wondering why, man, this guy used to bow hunt, always in the woods, always fishing. He ain't doing nothing. I was just sitting on the porch. You mean I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That's
how it was for almost a year.
Yeah, just be careful. I mean, I know you have a bit of a vendetta from what he did to Tammy, and I understand that. But at the same time, just be careful, man. Just be careful. If you need it, you reach out to Outfit. There's a guy, I don't know when you're leaving to go to Tennessee or whatever, but there's a gentleman in New York, in the north of New York, and like I was telling you, he's seen a lot of stuff, dude, and he's very good at it. And maybe you should talk to him too, because he's had him actually come to his house.
Yeah. So
yeah, so just talk to him, and so you can kind of. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to scare your wife either, of course. But
right now, between my first encounter and the deal what happened between me and my wife and me shooting it, I don't have a scared bone in my body anymore. I'm more angry, and when I shot it 4 times, I mean, I hope I did kill it. You know what I mean? I know that there's another one that was with it that night when I had my first encounter. I didn't see the second one, but I heard it. But I hope when I shot this thing, now Darrow says I killed it. Me, I don't think I did, because when I shot it, it's like I told you before. You know what I mean? Like it ran in the woods like a freight train.
Right. And yes.
Yeah.
He said it was the size of a grizzly bear. That's why Alfred was asking me about. What's the word he used? Let me see if I can do this. It's called a GUW Gugway. I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, it wasn't a Gugway. You know what I mean? That I know for a fact, because this thing had that. When I had my first encounter and all that stuff, I always said this thing had a head of a hyena. You know what I mean? It wasn't a Gugway. You know what I mean? And I'm probably, I heard a lot of bad stories about the Gugways. You know,
it looks like a baboon face, and it has the Bigfoot legs, and it's really big. He showed me. I didn't know what it was. I never heard of it till today. Happy birthday, by the way, to Alfred Santariga. Happy birthday, buddy. It's his birthday today, guys.
Yeah, supposedly they're like very, very nasty. They're like, more nastier than a regular Sasquatch, That's what I never personally, but that's what I was told. I mean, but yeah, that live show was messed up. Now, a few days later, me and my wife sit on the porch, having coffee, talking about our bills and stuff,
Yeah, life stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Animal control pulls up in front of my house. So what the heck are they doing here, right?
Okay.
So animal control pulls up in front of my house. My wife looks at me. I looked at her. I says, I ain't called nobody. And you know what I mean? Our dogs are dachshunds. So, we have wiener dogs. So,
I got one here at the house.
Yeah. So, they got the shots. They got the license. You know what I mean? So, I'm wondering why he's there. So, he rolls down his window and he says to me, Swampdogg? And I looked up. I looked at my wife. I says, Swampdogg? He knows me by Swampdogg.
Right.
I said, yes. How can I help you? And he says, are you Swampdogg? I said, yes, I am. I said, what's the problem? You know what I mean? Because I got a thing about authority. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, he says, can I talk to you? And I says, yeah. So I get up. I walked off the porch, walked to my gate, because I have a fence around my house. And I walked up to the gate, and he gets out of the truck. He don't come in my property. He stays out the street, but on my gate. He says, I says, how can I help you? And he says something about, how do you say? He says, we know that you have seen things in the past. and he wanted to talk to me about it. And I says, I don't know what you're talking about, because I didn't know what, you know what I mean?
Right. It's a trick, like a trap.
Yeah. You know. So I'm like, so what are you talking about? He says, well, there's things been going on, and we heard, and he never told me who. So I'm guessing that they have seen me on the podcast before, other podcasts. You know what I mean? You know, because I started doing podcasts with Bigfoot Society with Jeremiah and all that.
Right.
And but he didn't tell me who, but he said something like, we heard, well, first that they have a problem, and that they heard that, you know, they can talk to me. And I'm like, talk to you about what? Well, he says there's things. Now, I'm trying, this is where I was trying to get him to say Bigfoot or Dogman, but he never did. The only thing he said was, you know, there's things out there that we want to talk to you about. I was like, so I'm playing dumb.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Playing possum, as we call it.
I'm playing dumb, yeah. So I want to see where he was coming from and what he had on his mind. So he says, do you got a half hour? I says,
half hour?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I ain't doing nothing. He says, can you follow me? And I said, yeah. I mean, where are we going? So he says that there are 3 places where he wants me to follow him to, but they're close to each other. He says, you know, they're like around a half a mile to a mile, apart from each other. I'm like, what is all this about? He says, I got to show you. So, all right. So, you mean, I get ready, get my keys and stuff. I get my wife stayed home. I follow him. Well, I can't say the location yet, but I will, like, in the future when I can, because they're still doing the investigation.
Whoa. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, I'm afraid. Okay, please continue.
I went to a horse farm. But this guy, he owns a couple horses. I don't know, like, I counted like 8 horses when I went over there. So, we went all the way in the back field, and I'm walking up to a dead horse. And I'm looking, and it was a bloody mess. So as I'm walking towards the horse with this animal control guy, the game warden was there.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this horse. I walk up to the horse and I said, what happened here? The game warden said, I don't know, you tell me. And I'm like, well, I didn't do this. You know what I mean? He said,
oh my God.
And he said, we know you didn't do this, but we know you, like, basically they were trying to say that I know what did this. So I'm fishing, you know what I mean? I'm fishing for what they got on their minds. I said, so what do you think that did this? He says, it wasn't a coyote.
No.
Says, we have one bear in the area, which is true because I seen the bear.
A black bear, though. A black bear. Yeah. They're not going to do that.
No. I mean, it wasn't a fox. It wasn't wild dogs. He says, you tell me. I said, well, I know what did this. And I said, and I know you did this. I mean, you know what did this. Right. I'm looking at both of them. I says, but I know what did it. You know what did. The horse had a broken neck. the belly from the I call it the throat section of the horse.
The trachea. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all the way down to the bottom till it was like sliced open, and the guts were all out of it, blood everywhere. It was a nasty sight. I mean, I don't like to see animals like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why, my friend? Why would they have you go out there? That's too much. That's too much. It's none of your business.
Animal control. That's what Donald Denton said. He was surprised that they got me to see this stuff. But then he was saying they had no answers. And if you got no answers, I guess you got to find the guy that had the answers. You know
so they kind of took a shot in the dark, basically.
They took a shot in the dark into my house. And you see my truck. Everybody knows my truck. All the cops, all the sheriffs, everybody knows my truck. I mean, even the game wardens, they see my truck. They know it's Swampdogg. You know what I mean? I got Swampdogg on my windshield. But so that was weird that law enforcement came to me. And the horse, there was no signs of anything eating that there was no signs of anything eating the horse. The horse was ripped up underneath of him from the neck here all the way down to the bottom. And guts, liver, everything was out of it. It was just hanging out of it. And it looked like you got a chainsaw and you just cut this horse up like this. I mean, it was a bloody mess. Nasty. But
did you see was it like multiple cuts? Like where something like
multiple cuts?
Okay.
It was like ripped. Yeah, you were ripped. I mean, just like I said, like if you got a chainsaw and you just went, you know what I mean?
Right, with the teeth. Yes, I got you. So it's kind of crooked and not serrated like a clean cut. I got you.
It was nasty. I mean, real nasty. So we're talking about it, and like I said, I told the game warden, I said, I know what did this. And I said, I know that you know what did this.
Yeah.
But you guys ain't going to come out and say it. And you want me to say it. But then if I say it,
then you think I'm crazy.
All that stuff. But
then you think I'm crazy. Right. So you say it.
We all know what did this. We all saw it. And we all come to the same conclusion. It wasn't a bear, wasn't a coyote, wasn't a fox, wasn't wild dogs. It wasn't no human being, because what's going to break the horse of a neck? You know how strong you know how strong you got to be to break a horse of a neck?
You can't.
I mean, the horse's neck.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, you can't. You can't unless you hit it with even a baseball bat wouldn't do that.
No.
You have to maybe some type of
you gotta hit it with a truck or something.
Yeah, like a piece of like a tractor or some shit. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
I would love to talk to them.
I mean, a truck.
I would love to talk to them.
Yeah.
I don't think they would.
See, right now,
but would love to.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe animal control, but I don't know. But so we were there for about 10, 15 minutes looking at this thing, talking. I'm telling them what I think. And as we're talking, I'm looking into the woods. And I'm trying to see if I see, like a trail that's anything was walking in and out of there.
Yeah, where it ripped through, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and then I'm looking on the ground for tracks and all that stuff. I didn't see no tracks. That was weird too, because I didn't see no tracks. And they were looking for tracks too. But we didn't see none. I didn't see none. They didn't see none. Unless they like erased it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I don't trust law enforcement. You know what I mean? I don't trust government. Okay.
Oh, hey, walk to the club.
So animal control guy, and I'm not gonna give their names. animal control guy and the game warden said, we got 2 more things to show you. And I'm like, what? A couple of houses down from this horse farm. I didn't see the dog, like, because they just buried the dog that morning before we got back over there. But
there was a dog too.
Yeah, but I seen, like, pictures of the dog. The old man and his son wanted to bury the dog before the granddaughter seen it.
Oh, okay.
The dog was dead, and the right hind leg was ripped off.
Okay.
And
that's opposable thumb. That's
like,
an opposable thumb.
Yeah.
That's something with an opposable thumb. Yeah.
That's what I told the game warden. So I see the pictures of it, and I'm standing in the backyard with this guy lets the dog. What he said was he let the dog out. About an hour later, he heard the dog barking and stuff, and he thought it could have been a raccoon or a coyote or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't pay no mind to it. And then later on that night, the dog didn't come back in the house, and he went out there, and he found the dog dead like that, with this right hind leg ripped off.
When did he find the horse? When did he find the horse? When did he find the horse?
No. These are 2 different people.
Oh, the 2. Okay, I'm sorry.
The horse they found that morning that animal control came to my house.
Okay.
The dog they found the night before. Like, you know what I mean?
So he was telling you while you were standing there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I didn't see the dog, live. I just seen pictures of it. And like I said, the right hind leg was ripped off. The dog, was kind of so like I was saying, the dog didn't come back to the house, and that night he went out there and he found his dog dead. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like, I say about 2 or 3 houses down from this horse farm.
Oh, they were close to one another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how far away is this from where you seen yours?
Our trucks to walk to that second house. We walked to the second house. That's how close it was.
How far is this away from where you encountered yours, or where you did this with Daniel?
Half a mile.
That ain't nothing, man.
No. I mean, I can walk a half a mile right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. You're in good shape.
But really, like a half a mile, I mean, it's not far. So I felt bad for the guy because, the old man was saying, he raised his dog since it was a puppy, like 8, 9 weeks old. And, the dog always went with him everywhere, But, they buried that dog, before the. And I said, all right. So I'm looking at these guys. They're looking at me, and we're talking. And again, I'm looking to see where anything could be coming in and out. Looking for tracks. We didn't see anything. So the game warden says, I have another game warden. Well, they call themselves conservation officers. I call them game.
Yeah, I call them game warden or DNR. We also call them DNR.
Well, he says he's got a guy at the 3rd spot that they're taking pictures and they're looking in the area and all that stuff. And I said, where's that at? And he says, up the road by the power lines. Well, that's where I hunt. I hunt at the power lines. And then I started. I knew they were there because of the live. I didn't say nothing about the live, with Daniel.
Right.
So when they said the power lines, I said, oops, I know, you know what I mean? Here we go. So I walked all the way down the power lines, all the way down to the end. It's probably about a half a mile walk. I walked with this game warden, walked with animal control, and at that last tower that we can walk into, walk to, see, because on the other side, it's like, I wouldn't say it's a river. I guess it's like a stream, but it looks like it's marshy. It's like real high grass. You can't walk through there. I did once, but I want to do it again. But yeah, that's a bad area to walk through, and I really wouldn't want to drag a deer through there either. So that's why I had to go there. So when we get to the last tower, we bear out to the left, and when we bear out to the left, I'm thinking, these are the guys are going to go bump right into my hunt stand. You know what I mean? Because I left my hunt stand there. But we quite didn't go to my hunt stand. The game warden was there taking pictures. That was another one walking around the area, doing circles. So what I come up to, I walk up to a buck's. It was an 8-point buck. Just ahead, no body.
And when did this happen again? Last week.
Yeah. When did they come over? They came over. It was like 3 or 4 days after the live podcast. Yeah. That was like,
It was like 10 days ago.
Yeah. So I look at this buck. I'm thinking SOB. You mean I could have shot this? Hunt scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy. I got you. Taking your stuff. I got you.
Yeah. So it was just ahead. They're taking pictures. The other guy, he's walking around like 20 yards, then he walked around 30 yards. He's looking for, I guess, he's looking for the body. Because it was just the head. And you could tell the head was ripped off. You know what I mean? It wasn't cut, wasn't anything like that. The head was ripped off. Like, you know what I mean? You could see, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at this buck, and I'm looking at the game warden, and I'm like, I said, so what you going to do now? But how they found that head was that morning, there was a guy riding his electric bike. And, they got trails going through there.
Okay.
He's going through the trails, and when he came across, the head of this buck, that's when he called, the game warden, let him know. He stood there until they showed up. I don't know why he did that, but that's who found the head, was the guy that was riding his electric bike, through the woods and trails. That's how they found that head. And man,
it's kind of like a rampage massacre of sorts. Like these things kind of went off the rails. It might be that maybe you fired off on that one, and he might still be out there, man. He may be, you know what I mean? Because a wounded animal can do some crazy shit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't, because I didn't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
speculation, of course. Yeah,
I can't. Yeah. I can't tell you it was the same one I shot, but you know what I mean? I don't know. But that's 3 animals. So then I kind of got aggravated, and I said, what you guys gonna do about this? I says, next could be a little kid. It could be like somebody hiking through the woods. I mean, what you guys gonna do about it? He said, we don't know what to do about it. So well, you better figure it out, because you already seen the horse, you seen the dog, and now for something to grab an 8-point buck and rip the head off, and you don't see a body anywhere. I mean, it looked like it ripped the body off and just carried the body wherever the hell it went. Right? Because we didn't, you know what I mean? I seen the blood trail, but after a while, you lose the blood trail because it just disappeared. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yes, of course.
So like things are going on around here, and it's like,
Okay.
it seems like they want to involve me. You know what I mean? I talked to Animal Control the other day. He stopped by the house again, and he was telling me what I think. I said, whatever it is, you guys better figure out how many there is, where they at, and you better make sure you kill it before it kills a kid, it kills somebody else,
Or at least, in the very least, inform the public.
They don't want to do that.
They have to, dude. Okay, look. Okay, everybody watching this. Okay, everybody watching this.
They want to do that.
Can you at least tell me the county that you're in? The county. Don't tell me where you are, just the county.
Do you think I should say the county? That I won't get in trouble, right? No, okay. I live in Cumberland County.
All right, Cumberland County. All right, guys.
South Jersey.
People out there, do a favor. Do me a favor.
Share these guys, like I said, they're still doing their.
Yeah, I don't want you to get in trouble either. Yeah, I don't want that, but I do want people to be safe.
They're doing their investigation, but they don't want to tell the public. I know that for a fact. Because I said, listen, you better just spill the beans and let people know, because somebody's going to get hurt or killed. One of the two. And when that happens,
it's on your hands. It's on their hands.
And when it happens, it's in your hands, and I'm spilling the beans. I'm going to spill the beans. I'm going to tell the world what's in here. And it's up to you guys. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I left that, and like I said, 3 days ago, Animal Control came by my house. And, this time he sat on the porch, and he's like, this thing's going on and stuff. And, they really don't know how to deal with this. I mean, they really don't. Okay. And then I asked him, I said, well, how you guys heard of me? You know what I mean? He says, well, we have our ways. You know what I mean? There's people watching. So then I said, oh, so you got people watching podcasts and watching. He said, well, yeah, and we heard about you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh. So, that's what it is. But they don't want to tell the public, bro. They told me, you know what I mean? They know that I do podcasts. They know that I talk to, different researchers. They know what I do. I do my thing and all that. But as far, they just don't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And they don't. You know what I mean? They don't want to say nothing.
I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to go through and change this whole, my thumbnail, all the information here, and redo everything, because I think this needs to be put out, at least in the grassroots area of what we can do. Do me a favor. Anybody listening to this, if you see this, post it where you can post it. Not for me. This has nothing to do with me. It's nothing to do with me. Thank you. I know it takes a lot of guts to do that. And Tammy, it takes a lot of guts to do what you did too. It takes a lot of guts to come forth with this. You completely upended this show and what it was going to be about, and turn it into a PSA, which is fine, which is what you should do. I think that is an admirable thing to do, man. And I know you're kind of sticking your neck out doing it. And I want you to know, man, I've been sticking my neck out.
I've been sticking my neck out all my life. So, but the thing is, I've been talking, like I said, I've been talking to the game wardens. I've been getting real close to this animal control guy, and it seems like, they didn't come out and say it, but but the way I'm reading it and the way they're talking, especially with this animal control guy, it seems like they want me to get involved. I don't know.
Yeah, but what would that entail? What does that mean?
I think they want me to kill it or help them kill it.
Yeah, but you don't.
That's what I think. That's what I'm getting out of it. They didn't come out and tell me that. The way they're talking, it's like, I don't know. I think they want my help in killing it, when then you mean
But
get
how would
rid
you?
of it.
But the thing is like how does one do that? What do you do? A drive? What do you do? A drive? Do you like go through the area and drive? You know what I'm talking about, right? How would you do that? How would you ensure the safety of people? These things are. You hit it 4 times with a freaking 44, dude, and you're not sure if you got it or not. What are you going to go out there with a 38?
I think if I would have shot it in the back of the head when I grabbed my wife,
Yeah.
I think I would have killed it. You know what I mean? With those 4 shots in the back of the head. That was my mistake. You know what I mean? I should have shot it in the back of the head and not in the back. But then again, it's like Daryl didn't say.
You're
Things
just
I killed. I don't know if I killed it or not. I don't think I did. Daryl didn't think I killed it. But
okay.
I haven't been back there, and Daryl hasn't been back there either.
Yeah.
And he's in Tennessee now, but he told me when he gets back from Tennessee, he wants to take a walk out there. And I said, all right, no problem.
Yeah, I think Pam nailed it. She said it's not your job, dude. She said to take care of this problem. I think, honestly, in my opinion, of course, you're a man. You do your own damn thing. I would never tell you what to do ever, man to man. But at the same time, you are doing more than you possibly know, than you could possibly realize by saying what they say. So please, once again, guys, I know I'm going a little bit long today. I'm sorry to Magic Journey podcast. If you guys want to go over, he's going to be up in about 10 minutes. No worries. Just go do that. And this might end soon anyway, but it's not your job to do that, bro. You know what I mean? But maybe you have the inkling to want to, being that it did what it did to your wife. Like Tammy's not there. What it did to you, Tammy.
Yeah. I personally, I know it's not my job. I could just walk away from it. You know what I mean? But since my first encounter with this Dogman deal and what happened with my wife,
yeah,
and everything I did, you know what I mean, to save my wife, it could be, in my mind, this is how I'm thinking. It could be you're a 10-year-old girl riding her bicycle down the street alongside the woods. Or it could be, ladies hiking in the woods. So if something would ever happen, and I hope it does, nothing happens.
Yeah, dude.
I probably will feel guilty because
you know about it.
I had the opportunity to help these fellas and get rid of it, or get it out of our area at least.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because if something would happen to a little 10-year-old kid, I couldn't live that down. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, me either. I wish I was there with you, honestly.
So,
I wish I was there with you. I feel very
it's
strongly about that shit too.
It's easy to say, well, it's not your job, but then I've been having these encounters, and I'm kind of.
You're right. No. You're right. I agree with you.
The reason why they come find me, you know what I mean? It's like Daryl says, they want your help. Well, you mean they want information. They want to know what you know.
Okay.
I mean,
tell
them what I know to help them.
If it's true, if this is true, what you're saying is happening, then you need to contact them. You guys need to have, sit down at a bar somewhere, at a coffee shop or cafe or some shit. Sit down, have a cup of coffee, and lay all your damn cards on the table. You tell them you tell me what you know, and I'll tell you what I know, and we'll devise a plan, a strategy.
But all this time, I'm trying to get them to say Bigfoot or Dogman. They won't say that. They will never say that. Every time I talk to these guys, they will never say Bigfoot or Dogman.
Mm-hmm.
Never. You know what I mean?
Right, because the thing is that they're protecting their job instead of protecting the community, which should be. Our only thing is to protect the nature. No, your job as a DNR officer is to protect both. Both.
You're supposed to protect nature, and you're supposed to, protect your citizens of your
Why do they think you when you go out when it's rifle season? Why do they think you go out with 250 square inches of fluorescent orange? It's to protect the
Yep.
hunters.
Yep.
It's the same thing. So they need to step up. But
No, they need to.
eventually something's going to happen because these things seem to be on the rise. Whatever's going on in the freaking
They're
world right
here.
now.
They still here. I know they're here. Trust me, I know they're here. They're here, but they better do something. I don't know how many they are. We possibly seen 3 on that live. I don't know if there's any more. What you mean? I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know there's there. You know what I mean?
But you kind of know. But you kind of know where they are. You kind
I
of know.
know
You have a. You probably have it in about maybe 100-acre, 200-acre spot somewhere in that area. You have them kind of around this.
I'm not too far from the Pine Barrens.
Right.
You know, I told you this before. The Pine Barrens is over 1 million acres, and what connects to the Pine Barrens is marsh, river, streams.
That's where they are, bro. That's where they are.
And I'm down here. You know what I mean? Like everybody would think New Jersey is like part of New York City. Down here in South Jersey, it's not. I mean, you know what I mean? If I committed a crime, I know I can go in the woods and they'll never find me. I can live like I'm living in the woods. I'm serious.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to end this show, man. I don't know how to quite end this thing, but I just from at least from me and everyone over here on the chat. Yeah, everyone here on the chat, everyone, we want you for everything to be safe, protect your family, protect your wife, Pam, everybody, Tammy. You know, that's the first thing we want. We want you to be safe. That's the first thing. You coming forward and talking to me, for me, is it's amazing. Shocking. You had me in tears over here, dude. When you said what you said, you're a good man. You're a good man. Yeah, buddy. I wish I can go there and arm some, you know what I mean? Because I'm former Army. Dude. And ain't no 223 around. What is it? A 5.56? I think it's 5.56. Yeah, it's similar. Any NATO round is not going to do it. But yeah, man. I don't know how to end this show, man. But I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing this. And
anybody got any questions, or you mean if anybody got any questions, then give me my Facebook page. It's the same thing. Give me it's the same thing as my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Swampdogg Overland Adventure. If anybody want to message me, ask me a question, or if they have a problem, I can possibly help them. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
reach out. Do me a favor.
I'm in this 100%. I'm in this deep right now. You know what I mean?
I understand, but I need you to talk to somebody when you get a chance. I've been mentioning his name because he reached out to me about you. His name is Alfred Santariga from the Bronxville Paranormal Society. This man has had them at his house. He's found a nest of them in a swamp. Okay, he knows about them. He can possibly give you a little bit of what to do, what to maybe think about. And he said he's right there in New York. Was it maybe hour and a half, 2 hours away from you? Something like this?
About 2 hours. Upstate New York, upstate New York is a big state, but
yeah, he's not that far from the city as far as I know. I don't really know where he is, but it's somebody that you could reach out to, at least get some more information, what to look for, because he's actually I really trust him. He's a cool guy, and he's always been straightforward with me. And I thank you so much for coming on today and sharing basically this PDA, man.
We always talk, and anytime you want me on the show, or if I come up with something, you know what I mean, I'll let you know and all that. You're part of my circle, like in this research circle between you and Jeremiah, Josh, and Daniel, and you and Daryl Denton and all that. You guys are my circle. So when I learn something new, you know what I mean.
I'm just a medium. I'm just a medium to get it out there, man. And in the end, learning about these things helps protect lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm on Team Human first, man.
You know what I mean? We can do all that stuff, but until law enforcement or the government can say, yes, they're out there, we're on our own, really. I mean, you know what I mean? me and you and everybody else, we can go on the podcast, and then we can let people know. That way they're careful and they're safe. And, they know, when you're walking in the woods or if you're camping or something, don't let your kids, go far. You know what I mean? We're doing what the government's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be aware of that's a great message. If you're going to go out and enjoy the outdoors, we're not saying don't, but we're saying protect yourself. Be aware at all times where your children are. Look for the marks, look for the signs. If you see orbs, you hear tree knocks, even if it's that Bigfoot moment, doesn't matter. Be aware. Check the environment. If the environment shuts up, get out of there.
I always tell this to people: when you walk in the woods can tell you a million stories if you look for it.
Yeah.
Like,
well said.
You walk through a trail and you see a twig broke. Okay, a deer walked through here. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I mean, just don't go in the woods nonchalant, walking and having a good time. You got to be observant. I mean, not because these creatures. I mean, because like I said, it could be wild dogs. It could be cat. It could be a bear. You know what I mean? Wherever you're at in this country, anything, even rattlesnakes. How many times you hear people, they walk into the trail and all of a sudden they step on a rattlesnake because they wasn't paying attention.
Even worse is, do you guys have copperheads up there where you're at?
We don't have copper. We got rattlesnakes, but we don't have copperheads.
Okay, copperheads, guys. You smell cucumbers, you're not at a salad bar. Okay.
Yep. You're exactly right.
Yeah. All right, man. I appreciate so much for you coming on today, dude. Everyone, this has been a very, very crazy episode, man. And thank you so much for coming on and sharing with me. It kind of changed gears on us, and but it's fine, dude. You needed to say it. I'm here for it.
I couldn't say too much because, like I said, they're still doing their investigation, and they told me that they're still doing it. Investigation. But I just wanted to be careful because I don't want to get in trouble too.
No, I don't want you to. I don't want that either for you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming on, Tammy. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, and don't worry about it. You never have to come on with me if you don't want. No big deal. It's fine. I promise.
Just give me a little bit of time.
No problem. You reach out to me in your own time, in your own patience, and I'll be here. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Swampdogg, and thank everybody out there. Yeah, remember, guys, we are the eye. We are aware. Be careful out there. Love you all. Be careful. Have a wonderful weekend. You have been watching the Eye of Jupiter podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of your favorite interviews. And remember, we are the Eye, and we are aware.